Hi everyone, welcome back to the Pacific Northwest Mermaid Tarot. Today's reading is going to be a little different because I already have all of the cards out here. Most of them are face down. The tarot deck will still need to be shuffled. The astrology deck, for whatever reason, a lot of cards wanted to come out. I had planned only 2. This is what we ended up with. We'll have 2 moon cards as well. The only card that is showing is Brilliance with the number 26, which I actually just now realized is 26, which is so special because the day that I'm filming this video, not necessarily the day it's going to be released, but the day that it is right now I'm filming is the first day of Yule. It's December 20th out here in Washington State. I want to start with just a quick moment to acknowledge everyone that's been affected by the floods that are happening all across the Pacific Northwest, and to send so much light and energy out to you. And I hope that all of the support that you need, the universe is able to provide for you. And I hope that for those of us who are not affected, that we will find it in our hearts to show up in the ways that the victims of these flooding need us to. Welcome again. This message is just going to be channeled. Whatever comes to my mind, I'm just going to say. Bear with me. I don't really have a plan for it, except for that I'm just going to start shuffling cards. And at some point, I will start turning over these astrology cards as I feel called to. The shell that we have today, which I'm going to set off to the side here, is, I believe, from the Oregon coast, so still the Pacific Northwest. And we also have this special, it might be a crystal, but I think it's actually just a rock that has just really good energy around it. The flowers are, I don't know what they're called, but I know that these are roses. I'm not sure about these little ones. They're slowly just starting to decay a little bit, and I thought, what a beautiful way to transition into the coming winter and the coming year, 2026. Brilliance, discover your sparkle. Let's see what that's all about. I'm going to pick up the decks. I'm just going to start shuffling. Angels of pure white light, come join us right now. God, in your infinite love and mercy, if there's anything that you would like to share with those watching this video, if you found this video, it's for you. Right away, we have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. So what is coming to my mind is that you might be in a situation right now where, perhaps especially with the holidays and the coming of the new year, you might be feeling a pinch financially, specifically because we do have the Pentacles. Now the 9 of Pentacles is a card of wealth, so it's showing up at all in your reading is a good sign, but inverted, this is definitely the universe calling for you to be patient. Let's get a few more cards out here. I can tell cards want to come out of the deck. Holy angels, come. What is it that needs to be said? What message does the group need to hear? Those who are watching this, the Mermaid Pod. What needs to be said? With the 5 of Swords, you've recently encountered a no-win situation. And because this is my first time using this deck, my first time seeing a lot of these illustrations, I'm actually going to read from the book for this one. This, by the way, is the Triple Goddess Tarot. The artist is Italian, and you see these beautiful, kind of older style with the colors. And then the author of these cards is actually down in Portland, Oregon. So it's got a little bit of global and a little bit of local going on. For the 5 of Swords, what the author has written is, know when to walk away from a bad situation, resist temptation to get back at others. Some keywords here: hostility, testing one's prowess, being selfish, winning against the odds with all one has. So there could be some resourcefulness here as well that I'm seeing with the combination of these 2 cards. And what I'll do before I go on is I'm going to set these just off camera. And I'm going to go ahead and flip the astrology cards here and kind of get some Okay. I felt like they actually would be flipped in this direction. So we have Sagittarius first with the World Explorer. I love that because I was just talking about how these cards, it's an Italian artist and then a local author. And opposition, tension and opposites. This is exactly what's going on. For some of you, you might be wanting to go out and travel the world, especially in the new year with Sagittarius here. But perhaps with the Five of Swords, you're feeling that you can't. Again, tension and opposites. Beautiful synchronicity that's right there. Let me go ahead and pull this other card that came out first. And we have the Three of Pentacles reversed. Though I did feel like it kind of fell in such a way like it wanted to be upright. So perhaps this is a situation you're going through that is slowly turning itself right way up. And Three of Pentacles, what I see with that is coworkers. With Brilliance and Discover Your Sparkle, I already know the Two Pentacle cards here. This is a reading about how your career and your work is going to be shaped in the next year for you. Again, this is a timeless reading, so even though the 26 here makes me think that most of you will be watching this during the year 26, if you find it later, that's okay too. You found it when the universe was ready for you to hear it. The Three of Pentacles with a transition for your coworkers. I think a lot of you might be in a very toxic work environment, or you may have recently left one. And I think you probably took a pay cut with the Nine of Pentacles being reversed. And there might be temptation here with the Five of Swords to go back to it. Sagittarius, the World Explorer. You're having conflict right now because your lifestyle and your paycheck, your income are not lining up. You're not making the money to live the life that you feel called to live. You don't have maybe the vacation days to go off and travel because of your work, or you might not have the resources to buy a plane ticket because of your income. I'm feeling called to flip this card right now. Nothing will come of this situation with Void of Course Moon. Some context. Aries, the combative. Okay. The fact that the combative is coming up with the Five of Swords. Aries, this could also be, just putting this out there, for some of you who may be in a relationship with someone who's an Aries, and you might be wondering if it's holding you back. This relationship could be a coworker, could also be a romantic relationship. Nothing will come of this situation. So there are two ways that are coming to my mind for how we can interpret this. One, if it's a relationship and you feel like this person is holding you back from where you want to go career-wise. So perhaps this is someone who's saying no to you traveling for a job, or saying, hey, our relationship won't work long distance, so please don't take this job, stay here. The nothing will come of the situation is talking about the relationship. Don't turn down the lifestyle, the career that you want because of a relationship you're in, if that happens to be with someone who is either an Aries or just someone who's combative in general, someone who's argumentative. Nothing will come of that relationship. Now is the best time, honestly, to just let that go. Alternatively, something I thought when I saw this, and I feel called to just share because I think there's a group of you that this is applicable for. If there is a situation where there's a conflict, there's an argument, could also be if someone is trying to poach you from another company and you feel like to do so betray the company you're in. The universe is calling you to really do your research on this, to really look at this person who's trying to poach you, look at all of the little ins and outs that you might be noticing about this recruiter, about this company that's trying to take you from your current company, and it's advising you to be very careful in burning a bridge. Nothing will come of this situation if someone is trying to lure you off course. If they're like waving gold in your face, like, here, come this way. This is God warning you that you're being lied to, that nothing's actually going to come from that situation, and you need to be very careful with it. All right, I'm going to grab some more cards. Holy Spirit, all the angels, the universe, all that is good. That one wanted to come out. what more information does this group need? I know it's a general reading, so we probably can't get too specific, but also for all I know, this video is only going to reach one person, and this might just be a reading for just one person. So I'm here, I'm here to be a channel to whatever it is that needs to be. I'm looking at this card and I just feel like it wants to come out, but is it just this one? I'm just going to touch them a little bit. See, this one, I think, this one, but I feel like I'm supposed to read them in a specific order, and this one, and this one. Okay, I feel like they're meant to be read as a single story. Oh, and this one as a single story, but not necessarily to stay on the board. So with these cards I just drew, I think this is actually for me in the sense that there's some clarity about your situation that I need to understand before I share the next message. So I'm going to look at these. We have the Seven of Wands. I think this is talking about your past. The Seven of Wands, I like how this artist depicts it because it's very traditional. She's standing up on a hill. So she has the uphill battle where she's got the advantage, but also it's just one person against all six of these people are coming at her. But in this image, she's actually protecting someone. This might be your mother for some of you. You might have had an overly protective mother who wanted the best for you, but maybe it scared you to go out and try new things. There might be a couple of you who this is you, and there was someone who you're protecting. They may have not deserved your protection. It could have been you were verbally defending somebody who later you just felt embarrassed because you found out everything you were saying. No, they didn't do that. They actually did. There might be some shame in that. But for most of you, I think you had an overly protective parent. All right. Okay. Interesting. So this is the Page of Coins here. The Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles in this card is inspecting something. I think you had an idea for what you wanted to do with your career. You had an idea for what it was going to look at. I want to see if I can get this really... There, see, she's got this magnifying glass. I really feel like most of you who are watching this are women as well. Even though I know with the Triple Goddess Tarot it is entirely female main characters in these cards, I do feel like a lot of you are watching this, you're women. Here she is in like a monastery type outfit, and she's studying things, she's researching things, she just knows this is where she wants to go, this is what she wants to do. It's inverted though, so whatever it was you wanted to do did not happen. And what do we have here? The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, just going to set this down and talk for a second. The Seven of Pentacles is, in this card, depicting a harvest. And what the author says in the book relating to the Seven of Pentacles is keep a sustainable environment by harvesting only what you need. So you can see here there are these little pears that she's reaching for, but she's only got this small basket. She's not necessarily out harvesting with a whole bunch of machinery or anything. She's not stripping more from this tree than it can provide her with. The key words for it are fruitful harvest, assessment, deliberation of choices, waiting for the right time and right place, which I feel like references a little bit the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of choice and decision, and what I see the author has done here is combining the idea of choosing wisely with your resources, with your finances. But because this is a perspective that, or a background of information that I'm needing, combining it with this, I do see the two sevens here. I think that's an interesting correlation there. And then Page of Wands. Page of Wands is beautiful. I think you were distracted, because she can also be a very seductive card. She's a little hypnotic in the sense of, you know, she would be like social media if you're watching someone on social media and they're just posting the highlights of everything and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so enticed by this, I want to do that. And it distracted you because whatever it was that you had wanted here with the Page of Coins, you were distracted by the Queen of Wands and you set out chasing this instead, but I think it was an illusion. And with the Ace of Cups now, there we can see it, the One of Cups being upside down, your cup is empty. You're exhausted, you are burnt out. This is the background for all of these cards. I think I understand that more. So now if I'm looking at these cards, the 7, this is a major arcana card, number 7. I had to look it up real quick because I forgot what card the number 7 is. That's the Chariot. And it's interesting because this is major arcana card 7 and your backstory has 7s in it. What brought you to this point had the 7s in it. The 7 of Wands and also the 7 of Pentacles. I'm going to flip these 2 cards. We have the Queen of Swords and we have major arcana 3. I believe that's the Empress. I know one of these cards was upside down just now. I want to leave them both upright because I think they belong next to each other. 2 things real quick. Well, the Empress is a loving and full and fruitful card and just benevolent and beautiful and virtuous. The Queen of Swords speaks her mind. She is cold and she's not cruel necessarily, though she could represent someone who's cruel in your life. But she is someone who stands her ground. She is firm in her beliefs. I think this card needs to go with the Empress. We have change and new beginnings with Uranus. That makes sense because the Empress, as you can see here, she's expecting. She's about to give birth to something beautiful. Look at all this light too. And then the cards we have down here, and I think this will conclude your reading. Virgo with the Alchemist. That's beautiful. Because the Alchemist is the idea of, turning oil into gold, taking something that has very little value comparatively and turning it into something that's beautiful and valuable. And Taurus with the sensual. And I think that's very special when you think about having the Queen of Wands, who I feel like is very much a sensual card. A card of just beautiful and earthly pleasures, and that you had her in your reading. And this is showing you that moving forward there is something that's going to be very alluring to you and is actually meant for you, and you're going to have whatever that illusion was that you saw with the Queen of Wands. If that was something online, if that was a lifestyle, you're going to get to experience it. You do have the 9 of Coins here, so that is promised to you. And your last card, the end of a tough cycle approaches full moon in Capricorn. This is beautiful because the next full moon we have is either tonight or tomorrow night. I forget which. And that is the beginning of the solstice. Hold on, let me check real quick. All right, I spoke too soon. The next full moon that we have is the full moon in Capricorn, and it's happening. Oh my goodness, it's going to happen, I believe it said January 3rd. So if you're watching this right now, it is, we have 12 days of Yule, and that'll end on January 1st. And then 2nd, 3rd is going to be the full moon. So you are 14 days. You are 14 days away from the end of something that has really been stressing you out. Brilliance, discover your sparkle, just like we started this with. That's about to happen for you, my loves. I'm so excited for you. Let me grab one more card that will give you some guidance that you should take from all of this. What I do see right now is such a hopeful message for you. I have the Illustrated Herbiary Oracle cards that I'm going to pull out. It's by Maya Toll. This is an author from, if I'm remembering correctly, Asheville, North Carolina. And you can see so many other videos I've done with this deck in my channel, but I'm just looking for one card. One card from the universe. One piece of guidance, and I think this is it right here. Look at all these blues. All these blues that are showing up. Some of the most hopeful cards in here. The Empress, this card of brilliance. There's a lot of blue in there. And then also with the moon cards too. Hawthorne with Heart's Home. I'm going to read from the book real quick for this, because I do believe it's going to be your last piece of guidance and possibly everything you need to go into the new year with. And if you're watching this and it's not around December or January, I think it's still going to be at a turning point for you. It's still going to be a new year in the sense of beautiful things that are coming your way. A new you, if you will. Hawthorne remembers a time when local gods watched over knolls and wells, frolicking and making mischief in her branches. She remembers her limbs hung with strands of beads, glittering in the sun, and scraps of fabric fluttering in the wind like prayer flags. Offerings to the land itself and to the gods who kept alive the vital conduit between spirit and matter. Just a quick note here, I think you are going to be called to do a lot of work spiritually moving forward. I see a beautiful link between the spirit world and your own soul. I see just a well that is so deep that is about to just open up. Some of you might also be tarot readers yourself, or maybe you've always thought about being a tarot reader and you've never actually pursued it. Give me just a moment. I am feeling called to take these cards and move them. What I see as most important from the reading we've had so far is just these two cards right here. With your card of setting up boundaries and using your voice. The end of the tough cycle approaching. And the other cards absolutely matter, so I'm going to keep them here. But I think that's your message right there. That's all your message right there. Let me go back to finishing what was written in the book for this card. Those days are mostly past, but Hawthorne holds the portals open, knowing these inner connections provide true nourishment to keep the heart whole. If Hawthorne appears for you, which it has, it is right here, it's the only card that we drew, asking for guidance for you for these new beginnings. If Hawthorne appears for you, strengthen your heart and guard it from homesickness by tending the connections between the spirit realms and material world. For those of you who found this group, who found this video, there is so much radiance in your souls, and God is calling you, the universe is calling you. The angels of pure white light are inspiring you to reach into that radiance and just uncork it. You know, like those party poppers that they have at the New Year's parties, or all of those the things that burst and glitter comes out everywhere and then just gets stuck to stuff and it never leaves. It's on your carpet forever. It's gonna end up in your closet when you hang up your party dress. That's you. That's the radiance that is within you. And you're being called to just uncork that and let it go out and be glitter to everything. And even though it is going to annoy some people, it is still going to get stuck. And you are going to be memorable for being yourself in the most beautiful way. That is your message. I think some of you, when it said homesickness, that goes back to the cards I saw about having an overly protective parent. And you might miss that sometimes because there are parts of the world that you need to now go experience for yourself and no one is keeping you safe from them. Or at least that might be how it feels. But with Hawthorne and Heart's Home, the universe is in your corner. The universe is looking out for you. You have angels all around you who are keeping you safe. It is time for you to venture out and go be the person who you were born and destined to become. That's all I have for you. I hope I see you in another video. Have a beautiful 2026. And until next time, go in peace, go in love. And oh my goodness, come back and drop a comment and share your story down below this video so we can all just appreciate and celebrate that win with you. Bye.